Hello friends and welcome to the Ultimate Bible Trivia Challenge. It is a random Bible quiz challenge where questions will be drawn from both the Old and New Testaments of the Bible. If you are ready, let's go. Question 1. Who is known as the father of faith in the Bible, and is considered a hero for his unwavering trust in God? A. Noah. B. Abraham. C. Moses. D. David. The correct answer is B. Abraham. Question 2. Who is the courageous woman who risked her life to save the Israelite baby Moses by placing him in a basket on the Nile River? A. Ruth. B. Esther. C. Miriam. D. Jochebed. The correct answer is D. Jochebed. Question 3. Which biblical hero defeated the giant Goliath with just a sling and a stone, demonstrating great faith and courage? A. Solomon. B. Samson. C. David. D. Joshua. The correct answer is C. David. Question 4. This heroic judge of Israel is known for her bravery in defeating the Canaanite general Sisera. Who is she? A. Deborah. B. Rahab. C. Jael. D. Esther. The correct answer is C. Jael. Question 5. Who is the Old Testament hero famous for his unwavering commitment to God, even in the face of great suffering? A. Job. B. Jonah. C. Isaiah. D. Jeremiah. The correct answer is A. Job. Question 6. Which biblical heroine used her beauty and courage to save the Jewish people from a plot to exterminate them? A. Ruth. B. Esther. C. Mary. D. Hannah. The correct answer is B. Esther. Question 7. This prophet, often referred to as the weeping prophet, demonstrated heroic faithfulness in delivering God's messages to a rebellious nation. Who is he? A. Isaiah. B. Ezekiel. C. Daniel. D. Jeremiah. The correct answer is D. Jeremiah. Question 8. Who is the hero of the Exodus, chosen by God to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt? A. Joseph. B. Aaron. C. Moses. D. Joshua. The correct answer is C. Moses. Question 9. Which biblical heroine is known for her loyalty and devotion to her mother-in-law Naomi? A. Ruth. B. Esther. C. Deborah. D. Mary Magdalene. The correct answer is A. Ruth. Question 10. This New Testament hero and apostle wrote numerous letters, epistles, to early Christian communities. Who is he? A. Peter. B. James. C. Paul. D. John. The correct answer is E. Paul. Question 11. Who is the biblical hero who led the Israelites in the conquest of the Promised Land after the death of Moses? A. Joshua. B. Caleb. C. Gideon. D. Samson. The correct answer is A. Joshua. Question 12. This heroic woman in the New Testament showed great faith when she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, believing she would be healed. Who is she? A. Mary, the mother of Jesus. B. Martha. C. Mary Magdalene. D. The woman with the issue of blood. The correct answer is D. The woman with the issue of blood. Question 13. Who is the prophetess and judge of Israel, who played a pivotal role in defeating the Canaanites, as recounted in the book of Judges? A. Hannah. B. Deborah. C. Abigail. D. Tamar. The correct answer is B. Deborah. Question 14. This Old Testament hero was thrown into a den of lions for refusing to stop praying to God. Who is he? A. Daniel. B. Elijah. C. Elisha. D. Solomon. The correct answer is A. Daniel. Question 15. Who is the heroic figure in the Bible known for his incredible strength, which he lost when his hair was cut? A. Samson. B. David. C. Solomon. D. Boaz. The correct answer is A. Samson. Question 16. Which biblical heroine was a Moabite woman who became the great-grandmother of King David? A. Ruth. B. Esther. C. Rahab. D. Abigail. The correct answer is A. Ruth. Question 17. Who is the biblical hero who had a coat of many colors and was sold into slavery by his jealous brothers? A. Joseph. B. Isaac. C. Jacob. D. Benjamin. The correct answer is A. Joseph. Question 18. This Old Testament hero led the Israelites to victory over the Philistines, with a simple request for God to send rain upon a dry, barren land. Who is he? A. Elijah. B. Elisha. C. Solomon. D. Isaiah. The correct answer is A. Elijah. Question 19. Who is the biblical heroine who risked her life by saving 2 Israelite spies and later became a part of the lineage of Jesus? A. Mary Magdalene. B. Tamar. C. Rahab. D. Bathsheba. The correct answer is E. Rahab. Question 20. This New Testament hero was a tax collector who became one of Jesus' disciples. Who is he? A. Peter. B. John. C. Matthew. D. Mark. The correct answer is C. Matthew. Question 21. Which biblical hero had a dream in which he saw a ladder reaching from earth to heaven, with angels ascending and descending? A. Moses. B. Joseph. C. Jacob. D. Samuel. The correct answer is E. Jacob. Question 22. Who is the heroic woman who was a judge of Israel and led the people in a victory over the Canaanite general Sisera? A. Deborah. B. Hannah. C. Jael. D. Abigail. The correct answer is C. Jael. Question 23. Which New Testament hero was known for his doubt but later exclaimed, "My Lord and my God," upon seeing the resurrected Jesus? A. Thomas. B. Peter. C. John. D. James. The correct answer is A. Thomas. Question 24. This biblical heroine's faith and courage saved her family during the destruction of Jericho. Who is she? A. Esther. B. Deborah. C. Rahab. D. Ruth. The correct answer is C. Rahab. Question 25. Which Old Testament hero was known for his wisdom and wealth, as well as for building the first temple in Jerusalem? A. David. B. Solomon. C. Samuel. D. Isaiah. The correct answer is B. Solomon. Question 26. Who is the heroic woman in the Bible who played a pivotal role in saving baby Moses by drawing him from the Nile River? A. Miriam. B. Abigail. C. Jochebed. D. Deborah. The correct answer is C. Jochebed. Question 27. Which biblical hero famously slew 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey? A. Gideon. B. Samson. C. Jephthah. D. Saul. The correct answer is B. Samson. Question 28. This New Testament hero was a tent maker and a missionary who wrote several books of the Bible. Who is he? A. Peter. B. James. C. Paul. D. John. The correct answer is E. Paul. Question 29. Who is the biblical heroine who bravely approached the Persian king without an invitation to save her people, the Jews? A. Esther. B. Ruth. C. Naomi. D. Bathsheba. The correct answer is A. Esther. Question 30. This Old Testament hero was a shepherd who became a king and is known for writing many of the Psalms. Who is he? A. Solomon. B. Samuel. C. David. D. Isaiah. The correct answer is C. David. Question 31. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, who passed by the wounded man before the Samaritan helped him? A. A priest. B. A Levite. C. A Pharisee. D. A tax collector. The correct answer is A. A priest. Question 32. In the parable of the prodigal son, what did the younger son ask for before leaving his father's house? A. A new robe. B. His share of the inheritance. C. A feast. D. Forgiveness. The correct answer is B. His share of the inheritance. Question 33. In the parable of the sower, what does the seed that fell among thorns represent? A. People with hard hearts. B. People who receive the word with joy but later fall away due to worldly concerns. C. People who bear much fruit. D. People who have deep faith. The correct answer is B. People who receive the word with joy but later fall away due to worldly concerns. Question 34. In the parable of the mustard seed, what does the mustard seed grow into? A. A giant tree. B. A small plant. C. A vine. D. A bush. The correct answer is A. A giant tree. Question 35. In the parable of the lost sheep, how many sheep does the shepherd leave behind to search for the one that is lost? A. 10. B. 50. C. 99. D. 100. The correct answer is C. 99. Question 36. In the parable of the wheat and the tares, what are the tares also known as? A. Thorns. B. Weeds. C. Dandelions. D. Vines. The correct answer is B. Weeds. Question 37. In the parable of the talents, how many talents were given to the servant who received the most? A. 1 talent. B. 2 talents. C. 5 talents. D. 10 talents. The correct answer is C. 5 talents. Question 38. In the parable of the pearl of great price, what does the merchant do when he finds the valuable pearl? A. He sells everything to buy the pearl. B. He hides it for safekeeping. C. He leaves it behind. D. He gives it away. The correct answer is A. He sells everything to buy the pearl. Question 39. In the parable of the lost coin, how many silver coins did the woman have in total? A. 5. B. 10. C. 15. D. 100. The correct answer is B. 10. Question 40. In the parable of the wedding feast, what did the king do to the guest who was not wearing wedding clothes? A. He gave him a special seat at the feast. B. He asked him to leave the feast. C. He ignored him. D. He gave him extra food. The correct answer is B. He asked him to leave the feast. Question 41. In the parable of the lost coin, what does the woman do when she finds the lost coin? A. She buys a new coin. B. She throws a party. C. She gives it to her neighbor. D. She saves it for later. The correct answer is B. She throws a party. Question 42. In the parable of the workers in the vineyard, what did the owner of the vineyard pay to all the workers, regardless of the hours they worked? A. A denarius. B. A sack of grain. C. A bushel of grapes. D. Nothing. The correct answer is A. A denarius. Question 43. In the parable of the 10 virgins, how many virgins were prepared with enough oil for their lamps when the bridegroom arrived? A. 5. B. 3. C. 10. D. 0. The correct answer is A. 5. Question 44. In the parable of the rich fool, what did the rich man plan to do with his surplus crops? A. Share them with the poor. B. Donate them to the temple. C. Build larger barns to store them. D. Sell them in the market. The correct answer is C. Build larger barns to store them. Question 45. In the parable of the 2 sons, which son initially refused to work in the vineyard but later changed his mind? A. The older son. B. The younger son. C. Neither son. D. Both sons. The correct answer is B. The younger son. Question 46. In the parable of the Good Shepherd, what does the Good Shepherd do for his sheep? A. Shears their wool. B. Protects them from wolves. C. Leads them to water. D. Sells them at the market. The correct answer is B. Protects them from wolves. Question 47. In the parable of the 10 minas, what did the nobleman entrust to his servants before he went on a journey? A. 10 minas each. B. 10 talents each. C. 10 coins each. D. 10 sheep each. The correct answer is C. 10 coins each. Question 48. In the parable of the unforgiving servant, what debt did the servant owe to the king? A. 100 denarii. B. 1,000 talents. C. 10 shekels. D. 5 drachmas. The correct answer is B. 1,000 talents. Question 49. In the parable of the persistent widow, what did the widow ask the unjust judge for? A. Bread. B. Water. C. Justice against her adversary. D. A place to stay. The correct answer is C. Justice against her adversary. Question 50. In the parable of the great banquet, what were the excuses given by those who declined the invitation? A. They were too busy with their work and possessions. B. They had other social engagements. C. They were not hungry. D. They didn't receive an invitation. The correct answer is A. They were too busy with their work and possessions. Question 51. In the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, what did the rich man request from Abraham after he died? A. A chance to return to life. B. A drink of water. C. To be reunited with his family. D. A seat at the heavenly banquet. The correct answer is B. A drink of water. Question 52. In the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector, where did the Pharisee stand to pray, contrasting himself with the tax collector? A. In the synagogue. B. In the marketplace. C. On a mountain. D. In the temple. The correct answer is D. In the temple. Question 53. In the parable of the unfaithful steward, what did the steward do to reduce the debts of his master's debtors? A. He forgave part of their debts. B. He increased the interest rates. C. He asked them to work for free. D. He demanded more money from them. The correct answer is A. He forgave part of their debts. Question 54. In the parable of the vineyard workers, what time periods did the landowner hire workers to labor in his vineyard? A. Morning, afternoon, and evening. B. Morning and afternoon. C. Afternoon and evening. D. Only in the morning. The correct answer is A. Morning, afternoon, and evening. Question 55. In the parable of the wedding feast, who sent out the invitations to the wedding banquet? A. A king. B. A rich man. C. A priest. D. A shepherd. The correct answer is A. A king. Question 56. In the parable of the great banquet, or great supper, after the initial guests declined the invitation, who were invited to attend? A. The rich and powerful. B. The poor, crippled, blind, and lame. C. The Pharisees and Sadducees. D. The king's servants. The correct answer is B. The poor, crippled, blind, and lame. Question 57. In the parable of the wise and foolish virgins, what were the wise virgins prepared with, in addition to their lamps? A. Extra oil. B. Extra food. C. Extra clothing. D. Extra money. The correct answer is A. Extra oil. Question 58. In the parable of the two debtors, how much did the creditor forgive one debtor, while the other owed much less? A. 1 denarius. B. 50 denarii. C. 10 talents. D. 5 drachmas. The The correct answer is B. 50 denarii. Question 60. In the parable of the talents, what did the servant who received 1 talent do with it? A. Invested it wisely and earned a profit. B. Buried it in the ground. C. Gave it to the poor. D. Used it to buy a new robe. The correct answer is B. Buried it in the ground. Question 61. In the parable of the lost sheep, what did the shepherd do after finding the lost sheep? A. He scolded the sheep. B. He sold the sheep. C. He called his friends to celebrate. D. He left the sheep in the wilderness. The correct answer is C. He called his friends to celebrate. Question 62. In the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector, how did the tax collector approach God in his prayer? A. With pride and arrogance. B. With humility and repentance. C. With anger and frustration. D. With indifference. The correct answer is B. With humility and repentance. Question 63. In the parable of the vine and the branches, what is the analogy used to describe the relationship between Jesus and his followers? A. A shepherd and sheep. B. A vine and branches. C. A king and subjects. D. A teacher and students. The correct answer is B. A vine and branches. Question 64. In the parable of the unforgiving servant, how much did the fellow servant owe the servant who had been forgiven a large debt? A. 100 denarii. B. 5 talents. C. 10 drachmas. D. Nothing. The correct answer is A. 100 denarii. Question 65. In the parable of the wedding feast, what did the man who attended without wedding clothes represent? A. A respectful guest. B. An uninvited guest. C. A righteous person. D. Someone unprepared for God's kingdom. The correct answer is D. Someone unprepared for God's kingdom.